The city of Isle of Palms has just passed a mandatory ordinance requiring residents and guests to wear masks or face coverings inside restaurants and other establishments. Today, I talked with the mayor of the Isle of Palms, Jimmy Carroll, for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Mayor Jimmy Carroll, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Quintin, how you doing? I'm glad to be back with you.
Oh, I appreciate it greatly. We were just talking over the phone just a few minutes ago, and you all just had an emergency Zoom meeting with obviously the Isle of Palms City Council members and the city administrator and the police officer, chief that is, Chief Cornell. And I understand that the Isle of Palms City Council today passed an ordinance 6-2 requiring people to wear masks while in food service establishments and retail businesses on the island. And obviously that begins July 1st. Tell me, Mayor, why now?
Well, Quintin, we had a meeting on Tuesday night. And during that meeting, we were doing because our grocery store over here in Isle of Palms, Harris Teeter, is the only grocery store in Isle of Palms. It's packed. It's 1/3 the size of the average Harris Teeter, but yet does more business than all Harris Teeters. So there's a lot of people in there, and they're from all over the place. And we were wanting to really protect not only our residents, but the workers at Harris Teeter and our guests coming to Isle of Palms. However, we reached out to the management of Harris Teeter and asked them and said, listen, we're going to be passing this. We're hoping to pass this regulation. Will y'all help us enforce it? And they, at that time, said they wouldn't. Because of that, I voted against that vote on Tuesday night. Since then, they called us yesterday and said, no, they've changed their mind and they would help us enforce that regulation. If somebody demands that they do not wear a mask, they're not going to make them do it, but the manager will go up to them. They will offer them a free face mask and say that Isle of Palms has an ordinance requiring people to do it. We ask you to do it. If you don't feel you want to do it, we're not going to make you. But, you know, 90% of the people, I hope, or more, will be wearing masks at the Harris Teeter.
Now, you talk about, obviously, Harris Teeter trying to help you all enforce this particular ordinance. How will the police department enforce this?
Well, Quintin, it's kind of like our anti-smoking ban. You know, we're not going to have police out there on the beats undercover looking for people smoking cigarettes. We're not going to have police in all the different stores undercover looking for somebody not wearing a mask. This is a social responsibility for everybody, and it's just a law that tries to give us a little teeth to encourage people to wear masks.
Now, I understand you all made a phone call to the management at Harris Teeter asking them to enforce this law. Did you all consider trying to ask the voters of the Isle of Palms to vote for this first before you all passed it?
Oh my God, Quintin. My whole past 2 days have been nothing but emails and texts and telephone calls from the residents of Isle of Palms pleading with us to pass this face mask ordinance. You know, when this happened the first time and the governor shut down all public beach accesses and waterway accesses, there were only, I think, 6 cases on the Isle of Palms. This morning, every morning I wake up, I look at the NOAA map to see if there's any hurricanes out there. And I look at DHEC COVID-19 cases by zip code. Right. And today we have 20 cases on Isle of Palms. And they said that's the ones that we know of. There's a possible 123 or 129 out there. In my neighborhood, my next door neighbor has it. My catty corner neighbor has it. And the street over neighbor has it. I mean, before, the only person I knew, the first route when it started back in March, the only person I knew who had COVID-19 was Congressman Joe Cunningham. That was it. This time, there's out of 20 people in Isle of Palms, I know 6 of them. And one of those 6 is one of our fire personnel. No, I'm sorry, one of our police officers on a night shift. And so we had to quarantine that whole shift. So all the detectives and investigators had to fill in those slots to cover our island.
And, you know, I know obviously here in the city of Charleston, they're going to do the same exact thing that you all just passed. And that happens on July 1st as well. And I understand that obviously the code enforcement department will help some of these businesses broadcast the information that people should wear their masks.
Right.
How will the Isle of Palms do that?
Same thing. You know, the scary part is you're going to have a bunch of neighbors calling the police department every 10 seconds. Oh, I see somebody without a mask. And we're going to try to encourage people, please, let's let the police do the jobs they're out there to do. If they see somebody not wearing a mask, they will stop and ask them to please put on a mask. It's our ordinance. And it's not for people walking down the street. It's not for people on the beach.
Right.
It's for people inside closed environments.
And what are the closed environments that on the Isle of Palms that people don't know about?
Well, I mean, besides the grocery store, we got the liquor store, we've got hairdressing salons, we have restaurants, we have bars, we have little gift shops out here. I've had several of the restaurant owners privately send me messages thanking us for going forward with this.
And obviously, before you all passed this, did you all talk with your attorneys about this?
Absolutely. In fact, the Municipal Association of South Carolina, which is an organization that all communities, cities, and towns belong to, they helped draft an ordinance. And that happened since Tuesday. This thing has grown so quickly in the last 72 hours. That's why it made it easy for me to switch my vote from no on Tuesday night to yes today.
And Mayor, why are you all waiting until July 1st then?
Well, we just got to let people get enough time to buy some masks.
Okay.
Not everybody has masks just sitting there. So now people know they need to go out and buy masks. And now we got to get the word out there. We're putting the ordinance together. We're sending out to all the media outlets. And thanks to you and your show, you're helping to get the word out there for us. And I thank you.
You're welcome. Now, one last thing, Mayor. What exactly is inside that ordinance?
What's outside of it is this, enclosed environments. Please help us help you stay healthy. That's the whole thing. A lot of young people, that's the fastest growing segment. Teenagers and young adults are getting more and more cases. They're the ones who are not going to be hurt. But when they get these cases and they go home to their parents or their grandparents, they're the ones who are most exposed to serious conditions.
And how long will this actual ordinance last?
This is an emergency ordinance that lasts for 61 days.
Okay. Mayor Jimmy Carroll, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Quintin, I'm always glad to be with you.
Likewise.
So come on out to Isle of Palms.
Oh, I'll definitely be running out there soon.
Wear your bathing suit, take off your coat, okay? All right. Be well.
Likewise.
Be safe.
Oh, you too.
Thank you.